Hello, hello, hello. My first BaCon program for Haiku. Well, you knew it had to happen, right? Okay, you remember a long time ago I used the old program of mine called tiniest as an example for how to install a program that's not in the repo. Well, that was version 2. I'm happy to tell you that version 3 is now out, and I wrote that in BaCon rather than in Yab. It was a very interesting experience. I found that BaCon has abilities that I've never seen in any other basic variant, which is very nice. Of course, you have to know about them, you have to find them. And it's also an absolute pain in the backside to have to write everything in capital letters. So we'll have to think of something about that. So, stop screaming. I know you want to download and install it immediately. Right, so you go to Files, you see there's version 0.3. And when you go to that, there is your H package ready to download. And I have downloaded it already, not because it's very big, it's actually quite tiny, but because my network is acting up a bit today. So let's, without further ado, now it should tell me to first install HDialog, because that is a dependency. There we go. And it's done. So let's get a longish. Okay, this one will do. Let's copy that longish URL. I've seen longer, but it'll do. Alright, so applications, there we have tiniest. Okay, shorten URL about tiniest. Let's have a look at that. Okay, and we come back to the first one. And we paste it in. And we wait a second, and there is your tiny URL. Now you can launch it in browser, copy it to clipboard, or exit. So I'm going to copy it to clipboard. Because I already have this in the browser, so that wouldn't prove very much. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, launch in browser. There we go. And there is the page that we should URL shortened. And tiniest just keeps on going, keeps on offering to do more, and there we go. Okay, so that is not the greatest, most profound application you've ever seen in your life. I know. It took me a couple of hours, but I was learning the basic dialect as I went along, so future I should speed up a bit. Now if we look at data, it should be in here somewhere. There, source. And if you want to look at the source, then destination, one file, and it is one file of how many lines? About 110 lines of code. Now I cheated a bit. I used system calls to alert. I used system calls to HDialog. I didn't have to make those things from scratch. So how does it compare to the YAB version? Well, the source file is about half the size, but it doesn't quite do the same things, because in the YAB version I had a little progress spinner, and which I don't have here. So it's not a one-to-one rewrite, so we won't worry about that. But in terms of the size of the eventual executable, there's just no comparison. It's about a third of the size. Okay, I hear you say it. Disk space is cheap. Yeah, but things are going to be transferred over the internet, and having a smaller size for your programs is basically a good idea. Okay, so having proven that my port of BaCon actually works, I should have done this right at the beginning. I forgot about it. But just to prove that on this particular virtual machine, BaCon is not installed. So that little program that I just ran is a completely independent, self-contained little compiled C program. And it's not going to replace YAB, because with YAB you can program just about anything, but it is very suitable for little little front ends to terminal commands like this one. That whole thing is a terminal command, which we can just about make out here. curl.s, then blah 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 blah, then the file name, right. So I spent 110 lines writing a front end for that one line. That's pretty good going, actually. I've seen worse. And it translated it to C and then compiled it. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so thanks for watching the supplementary, and I don't know what we'll come up with in the supplementary next time. Probably something weird.